What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and I really didn't expect to be putting out a Black Ops 3 video this morning, but shout out to Lacking a Good Name over on the Zombies subreddit who just posted a new Easter egg found on their Eisendrache. So this is a shrine dedicated to character designer Drew Marlowe's family, which was found on their Eisendrache literally 1,263 days after release. Now I'll go in more depth about how this Easter egg was found in a few minutes. So what you want to do is go into a local game, since having the RK5 through the Super Easter egg reward seems to somehow affect the completion of this little side Easter egg. It really does mess with it and doesn't allow you to actually see this shrine. So when you're in a local game, progress to but do not pass round number 2. You want to allow all the zombies to break in and break all 5 barriers in the spawn room. So you're going to want to restart your game if all 5 barriers aren't broken into. Once you save about maybe 2 to 3 zombies, since that's probably the easiest thing to do on solo, you want to go up to each of the 5 barriers and build 2 wooden boards on each one. Once you have exactly 2 boards on each of the 5 barriers, you want to purchase the RK5 right here off the wall, and you then want to walk up to each barrier again and build 2 more boards on each of the 5 barriers for a total of 4 boards on each barrier here in the spawn room. Now what you want to do is purchase the Shiva off the wall, replacing your RK5, and you want to build 1 more board onto each of the 5 barriers for a total of 5 wooden boards on each barrier here in the spawn room. Now what you want to do very quickly is then replace your Shiva by purchasing the RK5 again and running as quick as you can to the door that leads out of spawn. You want to look outside of the map within 5 seconds of that last RK5 purchase. If you do this fast enough, just as I did in the gameplay, you will see this giant shrine in the form of a heart dedicated to Drew Marlowe's family. Now, as a bit of a recap, I did this in a local game because I wasn't able to do this in a normal game with my RK5 Super Easter Egg reward. As they say in the Reddit post, if you spawn in with RK5, the solution to that is buying the Shiva on round 1, obviously replacing the RK5 so that you could do all these other steps on round 2 as normal. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to get that to work in my game that I played. I tried several times. Maybe it's just a bit buggy or it's a glitch, but let me know down below if you guys are able to get that to work with your RK5 Super Easter Egg reward. But if you can't get that to work with your RK5, you can always do this in a local game where you just spawn in with the MR6. But these steps that are required were found in an obscure script which the map uses, and the assets are internally named ZM_fam, standing for zombies_family. And big credit goes to Scuba Lula for being the Cerberus GSC decompiler. What a great job there. We have Harry BO21, the Mod Tools testing assistant. We then have Bongo, Mod Tools testing assistant as well. And we then have BBAT that provided the gameplay footage when this was initially found and posted it over on Reddit. But yes, a new Easter egg found in their Eisendrache over 1,000 days after the map's initial release. Absolutely insane. They obviously put a disclaimer that the Easter egg was found illegitimately using decompiled scripts, which to me I have no issue with, since this is one of those side Easter eggs which was always meant to stay hidden in the game, just for the developer to go home and show his family that he put that Easter egg in there for them. But in terms of the community finding this was probably one of those impossible Easter eggs that nobody was ever going to find. But luckily, somebody went into the PC files of Black Ops 3 and was able to find this. Hopefully there are other small Easter eggs like this across other BO3 maps that we haven't found just yet. Now, to add on to this Easter egg that was found, there was actually something found on Ascension just over a week ago. So the Avenged Sevenfold song, known as Not Ready to Die, previously featured on Call of the Dead in Black Ops 1, can actually be activated in the remastered version of Ascension within Zombies Chronicles. And it's very simple to do. All you have to do is turn on the power and ride the lunar landers from each of the different areas. You have one by Stamina Up, one by Speed Cola, and one by Widow's Wine. You then want to launch the rocket, and you now want to wait for the red telephones to ring. So as you guys might remember, if you guys interact with the telephones as they ring, you'll get Ultimus quotes from Call of the Dead, a nice throwback to the map that was not remastered, a part of Zombies Chronicles. But it was found that if you actually knife the telephones when they ring instead of interacting with them, you'll then activate the beginning of Not Ready to Die. So you have to wait for all 3 phones to ring. So after knifing all 3 of them, after ringing, the song Not Ready to Die will begin to play, as opposed to interacting with the phones when they ring, which will give you guys Ultimus quotes from Call of the Dead. Once again, there is a red telephone by Spawn, another one by Widow's Wine, and another one by Mule Kick. So I think little by little we're going to start finding these little side Easter eggs similar to this across both Black Ops 3 and 4 zombie maps, thanks to the help from the data mining community, since obviously these Easter eggs are nearly impossible to solve and would probably go years and years without getting solved if not for some data mining like this. I see no issue with this. Once again, nobody would have ever found Easter eggs like this if not for a little bit of data mining. But the last thing I wanted to bring up was the fact that there was also a Reddit post about 4 days ago from somebody named Nanikos who titled it Dead Margot Heart and the Upgraded Apothecary Easter Egg Fully Solved. So yes, it's a cut Easter egg, but the explanation as to how you were able to upgrade the Apothecary Servant is finally revealed thanks to this Zombies player. So as the Reddit post says, big credit to Jarek for explaining this in his latest video, and also big credit to Scubalula for creating the tool to make this possible to find out. Now, as you guys know, Scubalula is the same person that I referenced earlier and was involved in finding the Eisendrache Shrine Easter egg. So obviously this person is hard at work making tools to be able to find these impossible side Easter eggs across Black Ops 3 and hopefully later on Black Ops 4. So as this person officially said over on Reddit, the Apothecary Servant would have worked like this. It was supposed to let you start a second quest, which would allow you to build a second Apothecary Servant for co-op games. I doubt this would have been available in solo games, but that's currently unknown. And here are the steps for this cut Easter egg. You had to get 10 kills with the Apothecary Servant, super easy. You then want to go into each district of the map, and there would be cocoons. One cocoon in each district would have a duplicate Margwa Tentacle, Heart, and Xenomatter, which you could pick up to build a second Apothecary Servant. You then need to shoot at the cocoons to knock them down. After going to canals, footlight, and waterfront, you would have all the parts required to build a second Apothecary Servant, which would come in handy for co-op games. So it's unknown why this was cut. Maybe they ran out of time. Maybe they figured it would be too overpowered to have 2 in one game. Maybe it just caused a lot of crashing. Obviously, people started experiencing a lot of crashing during Zetsubo no Shima's run and even Revelation's release. So I'm assuming they kept it out for stability purposes with Shadows of Evil. Obviously, the assets and the strings are still within the PC files of Black Ops 3, which is how people were able to find this. But we obviously later got a full-fledged Apothecary Servant upgrade on Revelation. But that's about it. I figured I'd make a quick Black Ops 3 video this morning since this Eisendrache Shrine Easter egg was just found. I also figured I would bring up the fact that a new Ascension Easter egg was discovered recently, and even the explanation for that mysterious upgrade to the Apothecary Servant, which many people were hunting on Shadows of Evil, even though it led to a dead end. But that is about it. Check out links down below in the description for all the sources who found some of these great side Easter eggs. This has been dkdynamite, and peace out, everyone.